Ukrainian defense forces continue to attack north, northwest, and southeast of Sudzha. The US-based Institute for the Study of War has reported, in order to stop the Ukrainian offensive, the army of the aggressor country is transferring units from the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine to Kursk region.
Russian military command is redeploying one airborne regiment and reconnaissance battalion of the 106 Division from the Siversk and Kramatorsk directions, and at least one self-prepared artillery battalion from the 20th Motorized Rifle Division from the Kurakhova direction to Kursk region, from a report of the Institute for the Study of War, citing Ukrainian military analysts.
Russia has deployed 60,000 of its military personnel to Kursk region, President Volodymyr Zelensky said at the beginning of September. Today, the number is probably higher. Earlier, CIA Deputy Director David Cohen said that if Russia tries to retake the territories controlled by the Ukrainian armed forces, the fighting will be very tough. Military strategy expert Matthew Seville also predicts heavy Russian losses in this case.
The calculation is that if the Ukrainians create a strong defense, they can effectively disarm the Russians, effectively doing what has already happened elsewhere. If Ukraine manages to gain a foothold and hold on to the Kursk region, Russian attempts to fight back could also result in heavy casualties, especially given that many of the Russian soldiers at Kursk are poorly trained. Many are young, inexperienced conscripts. Matthew Seville, military strategy expert, in a comment to Business Insider.
The operation in Kursk region has affected the entire front line, as the Russian command is pulling back not only personnel but also military equipment. In addition, the reserves formed to reinforce the Russian grouping on Ukrainian territory are also being sent to Kursk. The occupation army is still maintaining pressure in eastern Ukraine, but according to the Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky, the gap in the ratio of number of shells, which used to reach 1 to 10, has now decreased by many times.
Ukrainians need to strengthen their front line in the east, and they will look to hold the territory in Kursk. The longer they hold Kursk, the weaker Putin becomes. The longer they hold Kursk, the better defended Ukraine will be. John Gilly, UK Defense Secretary, in an address to the UK Parliament.
The Ukrainian armed forces apparently have no plans to leave the controlled part of Kursk region in the near future. The Ukrainian Foreign Ministry said that the operation of the defense forces, quote, stimulates Russia to develop treaty-making ability. In addition, it recalled that Kyiv does not intend to exchange territories.
As for the exchange of any territories, we have already expressed this position. Ukraine doesn't trade or exchange territories. We believe that the territorial integrity of Ukraine should be the basis, and this is an inviolable principle of international law, which Ukraine is not going to trade.
The Ukrainian Armed Forces offensive in Kursk region fulfills several strategic tasks, the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry has said. These include bringing the war to the aggressor's territory, replenishing the exchange fund for the release of Ukrainian prisoners of war, and putting pressure on Russia. According to Georgy Tikhy, Ukrainian control over a part of the Russian territory may push Moscow towards negotiations. He also emphasized that the Ukrainian operation does not undermine the peace initiative of other countries, but on the contrary, strengthens Ukraine's position on the international arena. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.